How do screw piles work for foundation stability? If you were to add screw piles underneath the foundation of a house in an area that has bad ground, it'll prevent that house from heaving or sinking or moving, which can later cost a lot of money if you don't do it ahead of time. Why are screw piles cheaper than concrete foundations? Depending on the foundation of the house, it's not necessarily cheaper, but it does help. If you don't need a basement, we can put piles in, and there's no digging, there's no wait time, there's no cure time. It's just quick, easy. You can build within a week. How do screw piles help lift and stabilize a sinking foundation? If your house is sinking and starting to crack in certain areas, maybe there's a bad spot in the ground, or all the ground underneath your house is bad, we can come in with screw piles and go 10, 15, 20 feet deep to where the ground is good, and then lift your house back up to level, and your house will just sit on piles. When should you choose piling over concrete? Well, you should always just choose piling because it's just better. It's better because we're deeper, there's not as much mess, we're in and out, it's quicker, easier. There's no cure time for the concrete, so we can put the piles in, you can build your deck that day on it. There's a ton of benefits to screw piles. What hidden costs did you budget for with piling? Us at Downforce, the price we give you is the price you get. We don't hide anything. If something were to come up as we're doing the job, it's always discussed with the customer before we go ahead with any decisions. We like to be very transparent with our cost and don't like to hide anything. What machinery is needed to install screw piles efficiently? We use mini excavators. With the piles that we use, we can get away with minis. It makes it a lot easier. We can have more adjustability with the pile as it's going in and control it a lot better. What's included in a full service piling package? When you hire us at Downforce, you get full engineering on all your piles. You get install, you get layout, you get cap and the pile, and that's all included in the price. Why are screw piles faster than concrete piles? With screw piles, there's no wait time to let the concrete cure. We can put it in and you can build your deck on it as soon as we're done putting the cap on. There's no wait time at all. Concrete will typically take, for a small deck pile like that, it'll take at least a day, if not more, depending on temperature. In winter, concrete can be very tricky. You'll have to heat it and make sure it doesn't freeze, or else it'll fail. With screw piles, we just pre-drill a hole through the frost and our pile still goes in. What is a screw pile? A screw pile it's a piece of round pipe, and it's got a helix on the bottom. So a helix is basically like a screw, and it's welded on the bottom, and we hook it up to a machine and screw it down into the ground, put a cap on it, and start building.